Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And so, news from the World Sudoku Championship, which has been going on in Eger in Hungary. And, well, it's over, but I don't know who won. I'm not giving you the full news because all I can see on the results page of the WSC site is this, which lists the scores. Now, I don't know if there was a playoff. Maybe there wasn't. There's certainly nothing been posted on the news page yet as I'm recording this. But we can see that Tan Tan Dai was miles ahead of second place. Tan Tan Dai is a wonderful young Chinese competitor who has featured on the channel years ago. We did a video in which she talked about her early life in China. I think she's since been studying in the US in the last 2 or 3 years, maybe longer. But she talked about her early life in China and how she was coached in Sudoku and just how she was found by a kind of nationwide program. And it's an amazing story from that respect, in my opinion. But also amazing is how incredibly quick she is. So she solved a puzzle with us online, and the speed with which she sees a classic grid or anything else, incredible. And it doesn't surprise me that she has come first by a distance. Second place, there's I think presumably a remarkable story there. This is Chu Suje, if that's my attempt at the name. I'm sorry, I'm not a good Chinese speaker. But Chu is an under 18 finishing second who didn't even make the Chinese A team, but unbelievably in there in second place. Then Kota Morinishi, multiple world champion, in third. And we see down in seventh, or eighth actually overall, we've got Tiit Vunk, previous world champion, Estonian great. You can see some other names in there. Ming Le Chan has won this, Ken Endo, Hu Zhushan, I can't pronounce them, Sun Cheran. I mean, well done to all of these competitors. I did notice further down the list that the top British competitor was David McNeil, who also must have scooped the over 50s prize, which I have held before. And my congratulations go to my compatriot. Well done, David. Fantastic to have you back in the fold, and certainly not the first time you've won the over 50s championship either. I think David would probably win an over 60s championship. He's been competing in that so long. Anyway, phenomenal, and well done to everybody who competed in Hungary. I hope to get a chance one day to see some of the puzzles. Maybe we'll get a chance to bring you one of them if somebody's kind enough to share them with us. But haven't been out there this year, so been sitting here in London doing puzzles for you guys, because you're important to me. So today I'm going to be looking at this very peculiar, well, I'm not even going to get into the rules yet. We'll look at this when we get to it. Firstly, don't forget that on Patreon on Patreon today and now out, the first 2 videos of Simon solving Spider by Sabre, a brilliant listener from 3 weeks ago in the Times. It's a cryptic crossword with extra. And if you thought Listen by Eck had extra 3 weeks ago, if you were watching that on Patreon, wait till you see this. It's brilliant. And you get my solve of it will be coming along after Simon's posted all the videos of his solve. Also on Patreon, solution videos to the hunt for last month, which was Back to the Future. And then let's go back to the future. And next month's Sudoku hunt will be Extra Byte by Snack Doku. 5x5 Sudokus. Now, there's also Sven's Sudoku pad linked in the description field, and all of our apps which feature everything we've got, including Domino Sudoku, but also Fog of War, and The Worms by Phistomefel, Michael Lefkowitz, James Sinclair, and Marty Sears so far. Others to come in the future. Now, let's have a look at when we get time to get the editing all done. Let's have a look at the rules of this one. So 4x4, question mark. Now, sometimes I have questioned people who use 2 question marks, where one asks the question as an interrogative, What does 2 do? But you begin to see here, this is just a crazy grid. It barely looks like a 4x4 puzzle, although in some respects it does. Now, I'm going to try and go through the rules. Follow along with me. Watch this section to understand the rules, for goodness sake. There's an 8x8 Latin square where we have to fill the grid with the digits 1 to 8. So there are no repeats in any row or column. Never mind regions for that bit. That's why it says Latin square. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. Digits in large white circles must appear in the 4 surrounding cells. So these will be 1, 2, 3, and 4 in some order. But there's also a 4x4 Sudoku, where each large cell, so that's a 2x2 area, contains 4 digits which don't repeat. That's going to be important in the first puzzle. The value of a cell is the sum of its digits. So you have to imagine this as one cell, and this is a different one. And the sum of the yellow cell is these 4 digits. Or the value of the yellow cell is the sum of the 4 digits. The value of the purple cell is the sum of those 4 digits, etc. and round the puzzle. Now, for this 4x4 Sudoku, there are a set of 4 values, and we have to fill the 4x4 grid with them so that those values don't repeat in a row, column, or box. Now the boxes matter, so these 4 are in one box. And we mustn't have a repeat of the value within the box, but we're only using 4 values, so we will have 4 repeats of that value in the puzzle. Values separated by a large white dot, so these quadruple clues get repurposed as white dots in the big 4x4 puzzle. Isn't that beautiful? They are white dots, and therefore they are representing consecutive values. And values in the cage don't repeat. Oh, I can't highlight the cage. And sum to the 57 shown. Now, that will not only be the values of all the individual cells, but it'll be the values of the 3 big sums. I mean, it's a weird idea. It's fantastic. This was strongly recommended by Flinty, who said the only adjective to describe it was lush, from which I deduced not only that Flinty loved the puzzle, but that Flinty is Welsh, and I might be wrong about that, but hey, that's what I'm guessing. And with all that, with having explained these bizarre rules, I am going to restart the puzzle to restart my clock. But that's going to involve me recolouring these cells, and I'm quite tempted to do that. No, let's have a look at the 8x8 puzzle first, in case we can do that. It's the digits 1 to 8. So this is a 5, 6, 7, 8 set, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 set. We've got a 6 given as well. Now, there are no useful regions in this puzzle, and that's hard to get your head around. These digits are a sequence that can't come from 1, 2, 3, 4. Because then there would be 5 lots of 1, 2, 3, 4 in the column. So they at least go up to 3 to a 5, but they could be 3, 4, 5. That may not be an interesting place to start. Goodness me, I don't know what will be an interesting place to start. Maybe we actually have to start in the bigger puzzle. Oh, that's quite a thought. We may have been misled. Now, in the bigger puzzle, right, I'm going to colour these bigger cells just to see what the heck is going on. I mean, there might be something interesting here. So, let's start with 8 different colours to begin with. Just in those. Now, this is actually an interesting area because I'm going to use these big white consecutive dots, like this quadruple circle doubles as a consecutive dot for the 4x4 puzzle. And what that's telling me is that these 2 are consecutive digits, consecutive values in the bigger puzzle. Now, first of all, we know what the total value of this square is from the 1 to 8 puzzle. So each row will add up to 36, the 8th triangular number. 36 times 8 is 288. That is the total value of this puzzle. The total value, therefore, of each box in the smaller puzzle is 288 divided by 4, which is 72. A very composite number, unsurprisingly. Now, therefore, these 4 values that are in use in these boxes add up to 72. And these 2 are consecutive values. So one is odd and one is even. Oh, 3 of the values are all different. I think there was a no repeat. Yes, there was a no repeat rule for the cage. And they add up to 57. So the other value that doesn't appear in this cage, and given that that digit in this box must be here, it's this cage must have a value of 15. Because all of the 4 2x2s add up to 72, and the ones that feature in the cage add up to 57. Take that away in this box from the 72 value of box 2 in the big puzzle, and that is 15 in grey. Now one of these is grey. I can colour this orange because it must be the same as that region. And these are green and grey, but I don't know which is which yet. So we found the value of one region, that's 15. These 2 are consecutive. Green and orange are consecutive, but orange and purple are also consecutive. So orange is the middle of 3 consecutive values that add up to 57, and therefore it's the average of those, and orange has a value of 19. I'm going to find a way to put that in. 19. We said grey was 15. And then the other 2, we don't know which is which, but they are going to have values of 18 and 20. And you will find that 15 plus 18 plus 19 plus 20 is 72. And when we multiply that up, that's 288 for the whole grid. So the values are 15, 18, 19, and 20. And I'm putting them up in the corners here for these 2 that we know. Now, this one is 19, and those 3 digits are consecutive. That means they average around this one, and they are divisible by 3. Given that that's 19, these can't add up to 18, they can't add up to 15, good. They must add up to 12, and that's a 7. There's our first digit in the grid. And these digits that add up to 12 average with a 4 in the middle, and this is going to have to be a 5 because of the quadruple circle, and that's a 3. And these 2 are a 6 and an 8. Now, I don't know whether this is the 18... Oh, what was orange? Had a value of 19, so it's 18 or 20. If it's 18, these are a 3 and a 1 to make this 14 already there. If it's 20... if it's 20, these are a 5-1 or a 4-2 combination. So I don't know which it is. I mean, I love this already. I'm really proud of the deductions I've made, but it's a brilliantly clever idea. Now, this also adds up to 18 or 20, but these cells can't add up to more than 7. So these add up to, at a minimum, 11. Well, that's not that helpful. Now, do be careful. You might be thinking, well, obviously, if that's 3, 4, 5, 7, these are 1, 2, 6, 8. But that is not a rule in this puzzle, in the smaller, or in the 8x8 Latin square puzzle. There's no region actually existing there. In fact, you can prove that here, where we do have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but we don't have a 1, 2 pair here, which is really strange, but that's fine. It's allowable in this puzzle, or in the 8x8 puzzle, although it's actually the 4x4 that has given us the most information. Now, these add up to 15, and or do they have to all be different? Yes, they do, because of the first rule in the 4x4 circle, which says each large cell contains 4 digits which don't repeat. So these are all different, and they add up to 15. Now, If they didn't have a 1, they would be 2, 3, 4, 6. And that's possible. Oh, by the way, it is very much worth remarking that although we know that this cage adds up to 19 and that this one adds up to 19, this one does not have to be made of the same digits as that one. That's not been a rule, which is really quite interesting when you allow for it. Anyway, this one is an 18 or 20, the opposite of this. Can I do anything with this 15? I can't really. No, I can't. I don't know. Oh, I'm going to have to think of something else to do in the puzzle, which, I mean, I do now know that the values of the cells in the 4x4 are 15, 18, 19, and 20, and they just keep repeating. But I don't know where they sit in the puzzle. Oh, goodness. Right, let's still think, even though we don't know that's a 3-4, it might be, but it might not be. These add up to at least 12, and we're only using 8 as the maximum digit. So I think we have to select from at least 4 here. And in fact, we can't have a 4 here, because if we were selecting 4, 8 to add to 12, we'd need 4, 3 to add to 7 here. And that would that would repeat the 4, yeah, and the 4's not allowed to repeat in the orange. Gosh. So we are selecting from high digits here, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Obviously, if this was 3, 4, that would be 5, 7. Because that's the only way to make 12 from these digits. And we've seen it's a possible makeup of the digits in orange. Here, let's think about this. This adds up to 18 or 20. This digit is consecutive to a 6 or an 8. I haven't really focused on that. It's a 5 or a 7. And this cage, or this cell, it's very hard to get the terms right in this puzzle. This cell adds up to 18 or 20. If that was 4, 3, this couldn't be a 7, because that would need a repeat 4. If this was 4, 3, and that was 5, this would be a 6. That is definitely possible. Or an 8, because we might be going to 20. Oh, actually, yes, 4, 3, and 7 could need a 6 here. Oh, goodness. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I could form a conclusion about the parity total of those two compared to the parity total of those, but I don't know. Just don't know what the value of these is. No, I was going to say I can work out the value of this cell, but I already know it. It's 15. One of these two is a 15 as well. I don't know how to do this. I think I have to go back to the 4x4 and do something with that now. I'm really pleased with the progress, but I don't know what to do next. I have noticed that this is a white dot in a column where we've already definitely used 5 and 4. So it could be 6, 7, 7, 8. It couldn't be 1, 2 because that would break that cell, but it could be 2, 3. If this was 6, 7, that would be an 8 or a 5. And the region... the region, it couldn't be 6, 7, 8 because the region would already add up to 21, which is too much. If it was 7, 6, 5, the region would add up to 18 so far, and you could put a 1 here or a 2 and get a valid 15, 18, 19 or 20, which I'm going to literally write them down in front of me so I don't forget those are the values of the cells. And, well, okay, that's a trio. That's a divisible by 3 set. And that is 2. That's worth thinking about. So is that. Oh, that doesn't make this one, no. This is not a 4 that adds up to something. That's so weird. Right, those 3 and this do add up to 15, 18, 19, or 20. If they were adding up to 50, oh, and the grey cell is in one of these 2 places. And in fact, 19 is not, because we've had that in this 4x4 column 3. These are made up of either 15, 18, or 20. If this region was 15 or 18, that's divisible by 3. That bit's divisible by 3. This bit would have to be divisible by 3, and it can't be 3, it would be 6. If, on the other hand, this cell adds up to 20, which is possible, then those are divisible by 3, but they can't be 18 because that digit would have to be a 6 and it's not allowed. And they can't be 15 because it's not able to be a 5. And they can't be 12 because it's not able to be a 4. So I don't think this can be the 20 region. I think this region is divisible by 3. It's not 19 because that's here, that's orange. Gosh, this is so strange. I think this is right though. This region is either the grey 15 or the purple, which would have to be 18. Now, how do we make up 18? Again, well, we're always going to have a 6 here. And these are divisible by 3. If it's 12 in an 18 region, we're going to need a 4 there, and we can't have one. So this is not an 18 region. This is the 15 region. These add up to 9. That's a 3, which is the average digit. This is a 2, and that's a 4. There we go. We've done a region. 6 there. Is that looking at this digit? Yes, it is. Just need to check the rules. 2 is looking at that digit, which is a 1. This can't be a 4, and it can't be a 3. This is a 5. And we now know that this region adds up to, he adds them up in his head, 20. So we've had the 20, the 19, and the 15. So this region is 18 and is purple. And purple is always 18 as a region. Even up here, where it must be 18. Green is 20. Okay, well that's great. Now, in fact, by Sudoku, this is a 7-8 and this is a 1-2 pair, and we will find they add up to 18. They do. 8 or 7 is on a white dot with a digit from 8, 7, or 6. And now this region is something multiplied by 3 plus that digit to give not 15 or 18, but 19 or 20. So it would have to be 12 here with a 4 there plus a 7, or 12 here with a 4 there plus an 8. So there's always a 4 here surrounded by a 3, 5, and this is 7 or 8, and that's now a 7-8 pair. And this region, oh, we don't know. It adds up to 19 or 20. It's either green or orange. Oh, goodness, this puzzle is quite exciting. Now, we know this region adds up to 18. If that's a 4-3 pair, which I suspect it's not. I suspect it's a low pair. 1, 2, or 1, 3. Oh, we've got that 1 and we've got that 5. Let's take out some candidates. I can take out 6 and 8 from this cell as well. This is definitely a 5 or a 7. Now, this cell has to add up to 18. I don't know. I think there are ways of doing that which aren't too hard. If that adds up to 7, we've got 5 and 6. If that adds up to 6, then this is a 7. Oh, we've got that white dot. I didn't even realise that was operating. That's a 7. That digit's a 5 in a 19 cell over here. Oh, this can't be a 6 now, because those would have to add up to 8. Yes, this is definitely 7 or 8. And therefore these two add up to 7 or 6. And they're either 4, 3 or 4, 2. So there's definitely a 4 amongst them. And now there isn't a 4 this side of the white dot. And there's definitely a 1, and it's got to definitely be here. So this is a 2 or a 3. Now there's going to be only 2 possibilities left for that. We're in a cage adding up to 18. Those add up to 8. These two add up to 10. We can't have 3, 7. We must have 2, 8. Brilliant. Now, we've had 2 on this quadruple clue. This is a 3, 4 pair. We're adding up to 19, so that's a 7 in the corner. Now I've lost the orange equals 19. Oh, look, it was 7, 5, 3, 4, just like that one. Now, over here, we're going to get a 6 in the top row, and I know exactly where that goes now. Also, that 4 has told me that we've got a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, proving its position. Right, those come about through Sudoku. Now, you'd think we could finish off the box, but we don't have a rule about the box. We just know that this purple area adds up to 18. Oh, look at this final column. These digits are either 1, they're from 1, 7 and 8. And this digit is from 1, 2 or 8, given everything it sees in rows and columns. Rows and columns only, not boxes. Oh, this is going to have to add up to something. So down here we've had grey and purple, the 15 and the 18. We've still to have the 19 and the 20 between these two. This one is either of those. We don't know yet which. And this is the other. I don't really know how to do that. Can I use this white dot sequence? No, because 1, 2 is the most anodyne set. This middle digit sees 3 and 4 though, so that's 5, 6 or 7. It can't be 8 because it needs higher and lower either side. This digit can't be 4 or 6. So this can't be 5 in the middle anymore. That's quite amusing. This is now 6 or 7. If it's 6, we can't put 5 on top. We'd have to put 7 on top and 5 below. If this is 7, we'd have to put 8 on top and 6 below. So that seems to have become a 7, 6 pair. But there's a 7, 8 pair looking at it. So that's 6, that's 7, that's 8. We could use that. This is a naked single 5, because it sees 3, 4 there. Everything else in the column is 3 or 4. Okay, that was useful. 7 is looking at that digit now. Now this can't be 8. 6, 4, 8, 3. Okay. What about this? Hasn't changed. I don't know. I'm going to have to work out some of these box totals. Oh, look at this digit. It sees 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is 1 or 2. This one can't be a 3, so that's also 1 or 2. This is now 5 or 6 by elimination. That's 5 or 7. I mean, this is not the way I expected to be doing the puzzle, but needs must. That's a 1, 2 pair in the row, and these are 3 and 4 in some order. In this row, that's 1, 2 or 5, and that's 1, 2, 5 or 6, not 5. Right. I feel like we're making very good progress somehow. And yet I sort of also feel like I'm stumbling on the progress all the time. Now, this adds up to 18. Pink adds up to 18. Oh, let's just take out those colours completely. Let's work out that that's pink because it's Sudoku and we have to place pink down here. That's the 4th pink and it adds up to 18 and these are quite high. They add up to at least 12, so these add up to no more than 6. And they don't have a 5, so we're only using the digits from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this adds up to 18. I'm finally going to think about it. If this was a 1, that would be 8 and 7. Oh, look, 1, 2, 7, 8 adds up to 18. And if we're using 3 of the digits, we've got to use the other one here. So this is also 1, 2, 7, or 8. That is a 1, 2, 7, 8 set. I didn't expect that. So there's a 5 in this column down here somewhere. Oh, and we found out what this adds up to because we've got all the numbers in it. That is 20, which is which colour? I can't remember. Is it green? It must be green. 14, 19, 20. Yes, it is. That's green. Green is always 20. There's another green by Sudoku, and now that's green by Sudoku. This must be orange, the 4th colour. That's orange. Orange is always adding up to, it's 19. And then we've got double grey to go, which must go there, and a green that I haven't filled in here. Right. And the greens always add up to 20. And down here, I can't use 8, 7, or 6 in either of these cells. So the most these two could be is 5 and 4, which would need that to be 8 and that to be 3. The other way of filling these is 5 and 3, and that's a 4. So 5 has to be here, because that can't be 3 or 4, and this is a 3-4 pair beneath it. And we've had an 8-5-3-4 cage before, so that clearly works. Now, 5 makes this a 7. That's 1 or 2. And we've got a 1-2 pair in this column, so this, oops, this digit is 7. That's not. That's now a 1-8 pair, that's a 2. This is now a 1, that's a 5. We know that orange adds up to, I can't remember, 19, and we've got 12, that's a 7, that works. And then in this row we need 8 and 1. This is a 2 to complete whatever it is I'm completing, the row there. We've still got only that white dot. No, we don't really have to do anything more with that. We've had 8 in this column, so that's not an 8. It also sees 5 in the row now, so that's a 6. This is 5, that's not. Now I've got a 1-2 pair, that's 6. And now what does this add up to? Grey adds up to 15, so these add up to 4. They are 3 and 1. Thank you, maths. 2 and 1, that must be 2, that's a 4. This is a very strange way of doing Sudoku, isn't it? It just doesn't get normal, no matter how much you do this puzzle. But what a brilliant puzzle. I mean, I think we've fulfilled everything now. We've put an 8 in here, and all the greens will add up to 20. All the purples will add up to 18. All the oranges add up to 19, and all the greys add up to 15, and we've completed the 4x4 and the 8x8. That's magic. That really is a brilliant puzzle. Great stuff. Well done, Mellow Robinson. Thank you, Flinty, as well. Did I mention Mellow Robinson? I've never heard the name, but what a fantastic puzzle. And thank you for joining me in the journey to explore it, and I really hope to see you again soon on the channel. I'm going to say goodbye. Bye for now.